Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates. And if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. And today I have 10 of my favorite DIYs that I created for the year 2024. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you could put in the comments which one is your favorite, I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all have a blessed day. So let's get started. This plastic, I think it's like a sausage jar from, I think, Sam's. And then I have my Mod Podge. Again, I'm going to be using the packing paper. And then I have these stickers that came from Party City. My Party City closed, so they did have like a closing sale. So I did go there when that happened and purchase a couple things that I could use, which they didn't really have that many things. So here I'm just attaching that packing paper to my jar. So I did the lid first, and now I'm just doing the jar, and I'm going to let it dry. And then once it's completely dry, this is what it looks like. And once it's completely dry, I'm going to start off by adding some of my pumpkin paint. This came from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to start applying the pumpkin acrylic paint, and then I had that metallic paint that I was going to use also, but I ended up mixing it actually with the pumpkin paint. So I have the burnt umber, the pumpkin, and the terracotta and the metallic. So I mixed all those up, and I'm going to just start drawing some lines on my pumpkin, on my jar to make it look like a pumpkin. And then once everything is completely dry, I'm going to go back and start to actually want to go back and paint my lid. So I'm going to paint my lid brown with the burnt umber, and then I also did a coat of antique wax on top of it. And then I went ahead and just set that aside and went on to starting to create my peduncle. So my camera did shut off because I actually my SD card was full, so I don't think you're going to see everything, but I'm going to go over what I did. So I have some Mod Podge, I have some more packing paper, and I'm just using the sponge that I used that had the burnt umber paint on it. And then I have one of these just a piece of that wire twine that came from Dollar Tree, I don't know, some years ago, and I'm just going to wrap the packing paper around the twine. And I'm just going to start trying to go thin and then try and thicken it up as it goes to the bottom, because I'm also going to attach it to a couple pieces of the packing paper that I'm just going to stack on one another with the Mod Podge, so that it'll give me the peduncle look when I go ahead and place it on the lid. Now, the only thing I wish I would have done was I wish I would have went a little bit thicker at the bottom, but I did not. But I think it still turned out fine. So here I'm just twisting everything around and just making sure that I got Mod Podge on all pieces of my packing paper, just so that I can make sure that it gives that look of a peduncle. So once I was done with that, here I'm just kind of just showing you that I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. So I'm just trying to wrap it just to get it thick. But like I said, I wish I would have put a little bit more to make it a little bit thicker at the bottom. And then these are the pieces that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just attach all those pieces together. And that's going to be the base of my peduncle. And then I'm going to, at the bottom of the stem part of my peduncle, I'm going to like open that up a little bit, and I'm just going to attach the two with some Mod Podge and hot glue. And that's when my SD card shut off. So you'll just see what the finished product ended up looking like. So this is what my peduncle is currently looking like. So I have my stickers there from Party City. There's my peduncle. I'm going to just attach it using some hot glue, and then I'm going to go back over it with the burnt umber and then some of the antique wax. And then I have my little scarecrow hand. I mean, not scarecrow, my my skeleton hand there. I used that last year. It was in a DIY that I did for Halloween. And then I have that pumpkin face that I'm going to be using from Party City. I think I paid like 70 cents for that. Like I said, the store was closing, so I did get a couple things out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish on my peduncle, and then once it's dry, I'm going to use my hair dryer to dry it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start to add my face. So here are those little stickers, and I thought this was so cute. This is actually my favorite DIY. So I'm going to go ahead and add everything, and then it took me like 5 minutes. I was trying to find a nose and there was no nose. Apparently it wasn't on there, so I had to make my own. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my stickers, and then once my stickers are attached, I'm going to go ahead and place my hand on top of the head and wrap my peduncle around it. And then once I was finished adding my hand onto the head, I went ahead and added a couple of those spiders from Amazon, and I just love the way that this turned out. Like I said before, I am not great at Halloween decor. I don't even like to watch scary movies, so yeah, this was fun. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I think I'm going to just start doing one of these videos. Actually, I'm going to do 2 this year, but I think I'm going to try and do at least 1 every year that I'm on YouTube. Because I don't celebrate Halloween, but my husband does like Halloween, so I figured it would be an even compromise with me just creating some Halloween decor. So yeah, let me know what you think about today's video, and let me know which one of these DIYs is your favorite. And that's going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. It is so stinking cute. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. I have 2 maple stems that came from Joann's. I also have some garland that came from Party City that I purchased a while ago. I have some moss from Dollar Tree, some zip ties, some floral foam, some packing material, and then I have 2 planter cans that came from Dollar Tree. I've had those for a while also. So the only thing that was purchased for this DIY were the 2 maple stems. I paid $8 for those at Joann's. They were on sale, plus I got my discounts. So I'm going to start off by taking the 2 maple stems, and I'm going to place one on top of the other. And so the reason why I'm doing that is so that it looks like they're just one stem put together, because one of the stems is a little bit larger, and so I'm going to zip tie that one on top so it looks like we only have one stem to create the tree. And then I'm going to start to zip tie. So I'm going to use 3 zip ties and zip tie them both together. And then once I have them how I want them, I'm going to go ahead and tighten my zip ties. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. And then once I have that done, here I'm just showing you what it looks like. And then I'm going to take my my leaf garland, and I'm going to wrap that around my tree, the trunk of my tree. So I'm going to wrap that around, and I'm trying to wrap it around the zip ties to kind of cover those up some. I covered it up to the best of my ability. I'm going to go with sand. I mean, you can barely see it, but I'm thinking that I may go back and use some of the burnt umber on it so that it blends in a little bit more like I did on the tree, the second tree. So here I am just taking off, cutting off the tags. Once I have the stems covered with the garland. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to take my little can here from Dollar Tree, and I think a lot of us probably have, a lot of crafters probably have this, these cans. And I'm going to stick my floral foam in the bottom of my can, and I'm going to go ahead and stick my tree into the foam. And then I'm going to take some of that packing material. Now I get this packing material out of one of my migraine from my migraine medicine when they send it to me, because it is and it has to be refrigerated, so it comes with this packing material. So I tend to keep some of it around this time when I'm going to be doing DIYs in fall time. So here I am just trying to decide which one of the floral foams I'm going to use, and trying to decide how I'm going to place that packing material in there to be able to hold my tree up, because I do need it to be steady. So once I have that figured out, here I have my rocks. So sometimes I do take my rocks and put them in a bag and then kind of roll them around just to kind of keep them concealed. So here I'm just adding some more rocks, and I'll just do this until I'm happy with my results, and then I'm going to go back and start to add my moss on top of the rocks just to get those covered and to make my tree look more realistic. So here is what my tree is currently looking like, and I absolutely love it. And I'm going to go ahead and just start to fluff out my stems. I will say that this was really early in the morning when I was doing this, and this tree was actually supposed to go outside here next to my bench that you can see there. I was going to move my easel and put my tree there when so that it'll sit next to my scarecrows. But then I decided that I liked it so much that I was going to run back to Joann's, which I did once I was done making this DIY, to purchase 2 more of the stems, because I decided I was going to flank these around my fireplace. I'm going to have one on one on each side of my fireplace. So I can't wait to actually get my fireplace decorated. So but yeah, so once I had that complete and I had made that decision, I also decided it needed lights. So here I am just adding lights to my tree, and that is it. I absolutely love the way that it turned out, and it only cost me $16 compared to $90. So let me know what you think. We're moving on to our third DIY for today. So I have some more of that berry garland, and then I have this gift bag. It came from Joann's, and then I have this picture frame. I went ahead and took the picture out of it. I got this from an estate sale. I think I paid $2 for it. So I went ahead and cut the bag, and then this is the inside of the bag that I'm going to be using for the top, because my bag was a little bit too short. So I went ahead and just cut a couple of strips off of the inside of the bag, or the corners of the bag, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue those to the top of my piece of cardboard here. And then once I have that done, I'm going to take my gift bag and hot glue that on top. So you'll see just a little bit of the green and gold pattern at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and just try and figure out how I'm going to place it. And then once I get proper placement, I'm going to go ahead and just start to hot glue my bag to the top of my strips of bag. I guess that's what I'm going to say. So I'll go ahead and start to hot glue that. And while you're watching me hot glue that, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do really appreciate it. And I would also just like to apologize for the quality of this video. I had to use my camera to record this video. I am actually waiting on my new phone to arrive. Hopefully it'll get here next week. So yeah. So this is what it's currently looking like after I went ahead and got everything hot glued together. So I'm going to go ahead and place it inside of my frame. And then this is what it looks like. And I think it looks so good. And then I'll go ahead and close those little, I don't know what those little metal pieces are, but the little tags to keep it, to hold the pictures in. So, and then I'm going to take my berry garland. I'm going to go ahead and just start to hot glue it onto my picture. So I'm going to drape it like I'm draping garland on a real tree. So I'm just going to do like on the ends of each one. I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to do like a little dot of glue and then just put the attach the garland that way, so that it's kind of like flowy, I guess is what I'm trying to go for here. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to go ahead and take the gift tag that came with the bag, and I'm going to also use some of the berry garland, and I'm going to hot glue that to the top of my bag. So you'll see me here doing that here shortly. And this is what it looks like after I have all of the berry garland draped across my tree. I think it looks so good. And then here's my little gift tag. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover those two holes up top on from the gift bag with the berry garland and with the gift tag. So you'll see me here just placing some hot glue where that the hole is, and I'm just going to cover it with that berry garland. I'm going to do the same thing with the other hole also. And then once I have my tag and my berry garland hot glued to the top of my picture, I'm going to go back. As you can see, my picture frame does have some little areas that need some touch up. So what I'm going to do is take some of the gold rubbing buff, and I'm going to go ahead and just apply that to the gold areas of my frame. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that these turned out. They're really simple and neutral in color, and I think this is going to go well in our bedroom. So I can't wait to use these items to decorate. I think I'm going to put these, I'm thinking about placing them all on my fireplace in my bedroom, but I'm not sure yet. But I think that's probably where I'm going to put all 4 of these DIYs. So hopefully by the time this video is done, maybe I'll have my bedroom decorated for Christmas, and I can show you all how I will style it in my room. So yeah, we'll have to, hopefully I'll be able to get that complete. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our 4th DIY for today. I actually was going to do a different DIY, but I ended up changing my mind last minute. So I can't wait for y'all to see how this turned out. I have 2 pieces of wood that I picked up from Lowe's. I'm not really sure of the size. I'm also going to be using some of the early American stain. I'm going to give it 2 coats. And then I'm going to also give it 2 coats of the clear Rust-Oleum finish, the matte. And then once they're completely dry, I'm going to use some Tip-on glue to glue them together. I'm also going to go back and add a couple of nails. And then once that's complete, I went ahead and moved it to our laundry room after it dried. And then I purchased 3 brackets from Hobby Lobby, and then my husband's going to go ahead and attach those to the wall, and then that's how we're going to attach them to attach the shelf to the brackets. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out, and it was really easy to make. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And those are the brackets that we picked up from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off.
little, like, I don't even know what they are. I believe they come off like some type of light fixture. I'm not sure. I got these from the Repurpose Project probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember how many I picked up, but I purchased them to do like one of those like rainwater catchment DIYs. And then I have some bottle brush trees that I just kind of picked up. They're from like everywhere, so I just grabbed a couple of them. And then I have my hot glue gun. So I have my gold and black rubbing buff. I'm actually not going to use that. I'm just going to go ahead and just start hot gluing the trees to the top of, I'm going to call these little things, these little risers, stands. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start hot gluing my trees to the stands. And that's really going to be it for this DIY. It's going to be really easy and simple. I wanted to place some of the bottle brush trees on my bookshelf in my living room, but I didn't want to hot glue them to my my brass lamp, my brass candle holders, excuse me. So I thought this would be a better option. So I went ahead and just grabbed a couple of them out of my shed to create these DIYs. And these are DIYs that can be used throughout winter because, I mean, who doesn't like to see little Christmas trees with snow on them during the winter? I have this bow here that came from Joann's. I think it was maybe $2.50, I believe, maybe. And then I have some old jeans that I went ahead and just cut into pieces. I believe I cut them into 1.5 to 2-inch pieces. I'm also going to be using some Gorilla Glue, and I have a pool noodle that I had already glued together and taped together. So I'm just going to use it to create this wreath. So I'm going to, I have 3 different shades of blue for my jeans. So I'm just going to start off by using not the darkest color, but the medium dark, I guess. And then I'm going to use the the light colored jean, and then the darker color one. And I'm just going to overlap each section, because how I am attaching this is I am attaching it by hot gluing the jeans to the jean, and I'm just doing like a small dot on the pool noodle just so that I don't melt it. So it's basically going to be attached by the jean fabric, or the fabric from the jeans. So here I'm just attaching my hot gluing my jeans together. I'm also trying to line up the like, I don't even know, the seam. I'm trying to line up the seams of all my jeans so that it looks more cohesive, and it gives it a cleaner look. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time getting my words out today. So I am using hot glue for everything, and I'm using the Gorilla hot glue, which I actually don't have a problem with using that because I've used this on DIYs that I have created with fabric before, and those DIYs are actually still together. And I actually had one that I was trying to get the fabric off of a welcome sign that I had created, and I cannot get the ribbon off of it because the Gorilla Glue hasn't really stuck on there. So this is the finished product of my jeans, and how I have everything wrapped around. I used I believe 7 of each color, if I'm not mistaken. So here I have some lace, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to place it. So I actually ended up not having enough. So I decided to wrap it every 2 sections. So every 2 sections, or every 2 colors, I went ahead and just wrapped the lace. I wanted to do every other, but I didn't have enough. So I had to go find another, I found another small piece of lace. So I cut that into sections, so that made it able for me to be able to place it every 2 sections. And once I have all of that placed and glued on, I'm going to go back and add my bow, and that is going to be it for this DIY. And I absolutely loved the way that it turned out, and it basically cost me next to nothing to create. Probably $3.50, I believe, because this pool noodle I purchased when it was $1, when Dollar Tree was $1. And we're moving on to our next DIY. I have some scrap wood here and a couple little wooden blocks. And then I have this LED battery operated motion light that I picked up from Aldi's several months ago. And I'm going to use some of my black chalk paint. So I'm going to start off by, the first thing I did was I went ahead and sanded my wood piece and the little wooden blocks. And then now I'm adding my black chalk paint. I'm going to go back and I have a damp paper towel and I'm going to wipe some of it off, excuse me. And then I'm just going to do that around the whole, on all sides of the wood piece here until I'm happy with my results. So here I'm just wiping it off because I wanted it to have somewhat of a wood grain, but I didn't want it to be too light. I still wanted it to be dark, but not too light, and not too dark, but dark enough so that it would match the bathroom. So the first DIY that I did with the jars with the silver cap tops on them, I was going to spray paint those black, but my husband, since the guest bath really is his bathroom, he decided that he wanted to leave them gray, so that's why I left them gray. But this piece here is going to be black. I just want to say that all of these DIYs are going to be extremely budget friendly. So here I am just wiping down my tray here, and I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to just paint it until I'm happy with my results. And then once I'm happy with my results, I'm going to go back and I am going to go ahead and attach my blocks to my tray. So this is what it looks like after I painted it, and I also gave it 2 coats of the polyurethane. And here I'm just showing you that I'm going to use one of my wooden coasters to I'm going to use a wooden coaster to get my spacing how I want it. And then I marked it with my pencil, and here I'm just showing you where I marked it at. And I'm going to take some of the Type Bond wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to attach my wooden cubes to my base. And then I'm also going to attach some of the
the furniture protectors. So the little furniture protectors are the ones from the Dollar Tree, and they're supposed to stick, but they actually don't. So I'm actually going to just use some hot glue to attach those to the base of my tray. Once I have my little blocks glued on and they're dry, I want to go back and add the furniture protectors to protect our countertops so that when we're moving this around, it doesn't scratch it up. And I would just like to say, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do Sister Lock updates along with lifestyle updates. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do greatly appreciate it. So here I'm just showing you that I used a polyurethane and I gave it 2 coats on my tray here. And then once I did that, I went ahead and traced out the area where I'm going to place my light. And the light is going to be attached by an adhesive sticker that's on the back of the LED light. And I'm just going to go ahead and peel that sticker off and attach it to the section where I marked off. And that is going to be it for this DIY. And it's going to be really easy, cute, and simple. And it's also going to be able to give us motion lights or give us light when we walk into the bathroom. So I absolutely love the way that this turned out. Let me know what you think about my tray motion light. I have this Dollar Tree pillow cover, and I also have 2 transfers that I'm going to use. I'm going to flip the pillow cover over, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my press to get the wrinkles out. The transfers came from Amazon. We use these to create a couple of t-shirts for Christmas when we do family activities. So these are the ones that I picked for the activity we did for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go ahead and just line them up. I'm going to use 2 different transfers. They're from 2 different packs. And so I'm going to go ahead and just start off by holding the heat press on each section for about 10 seconds. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to go back and go ahead and remove the plastic covering. So you'll see me here doing that here shortly. And then once I remove the plastic covering, here I'm taking that off now. So once I get this off, I'm going to go ahead and apply the second one to the bottom half of the pillowcase. And I can't wait for y'all to see how this turned out. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. So I did have a little bit of difficulty getting it off completely. So I did just add a little bit of heat to it. And then it just came off just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the second half of the heat press of the transfer, excuse me. So this one has like some coffee cups on it, and then it has a couple of little pictures of the Grinch coming out of the coffee cups. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing, hold it for 10 seconds on each section, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the plastic. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Really cute and easy and extremely budget friendly, with the pillowcase costing like $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and then the transfers costing a couple of cents each. So this picture frame from Dollar Tree, and then I have these gift bags from Bell's Outlet. I paid $2.99 for both bags, and it's a set of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag, and I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to use. I'm actually going to use this one here. I'm going to go ahead and just try and figure out how I want to use my picture frame, if I want to use it horizontally or vertically. So here I'm just trying to figure that out. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to go ahead and cut my picture out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add it to the frame. And then once I have it added to the frame, I'm going to take the rest of the body. So here I'm just showing you what it looks like. So I'm going to take the rest of those fingers and the rest of the half of the body at the bottom. I'm going to use some of my outdoor Mod Podge to attach it to the frame. And I'm using the outdoor Mod Podge only because it's a lot thicker than the regular Mod Podge, and this bag is really thick. So I just want to make sure that it actually stays on, because I'm only going to do it on the back side of the gift bag and not on the front side. So yeah, so I am going to go ahead and just start applying that. And then while I'm doing that, I just want to thank you all for watching today's video. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do really appreciate it. Here I'm just adding a generous amount of Mod Podge to his fingers and his face. I'm going to go ahead and just apply that to the side of the frame, and that is going to be it for this DIY. I think it is so cute, and I love using gift bags to create DIYs because it is an easy way to create some beautiful artwork and extremely budget friendly. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And in today's video, I will be making a DIY headboard. I am not a professional, but I am going to, this will be the second headboard I've made. The first one I made was for my room, and it was a queen size. So I'm going to make a king size, excuse me. And so I'm going to make a queen size headboard for my niece. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you all of that. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to just show you all the things that I'm going to be using. I'm trying to do this as budget friendly as possible. So what I will be using is some Loctite. So I already had this, but I always try and get these type of things on clearance at Lowe's if you can find them. This one I actually did get for $2 probably like a year or two ago. So I'm going to be using this. I'm also going to be using the picture frame hanging system. I'm going to be using 2 of these, and they come like this. And so basically this piece here will get attached to the wall, and then this piece will get attached to the back of the headboard. This is the same system that I used for my bed, and it'll just kind of go in like that, and when you attach it to the wall, and it won't go anywhere. And so this system was, we got 2 of these systems, so they hold 75 pounds a piece. I don't think the headboard is going to be over 150 pounds, but I just wanted to be on the safe side. And those were $9.99. And then we got the foam padding from Joann's. So we originally purchased 2. And this is 2 yards, and these were $12.49 a yard, I believe. They were on sale. So this was $25 for just this one. We did purchase 2, but I went ahead and just used this one, and I kind of just piecemealed the bottom of the plywood, just so that my sister can go ahead and take that one back if she wants to. And then I have some I have this batting here. This came from DIYS, but I've had this for probably 15 years or so. So, and I just use it when need be. I have enough to go ahead and cover that, so we didn't have to pay for that. So basically the only thing that we purchased was the plywood, which was $27. We did have it cut. There's 2 more pieces left of the plywood to do some other things with, so we'll just see what my sister decides what she wants to do with those things. And then we did buy some more staples, some heavy duty staples. Those are $3.49. Those came from Lowe's. So I'll be using my staple gun with the staples. And then we have the plywood. The plywood was $27 for the piece. And then we're just going to use, let me just show you, because I just finished ironing it. This is what we're going to use for, this is the fabric we're going to be using to cover the headboard. And it's actually just an old curtain that I had. This is the one I was going to use on my bed. So I do have 2 of these. So I'm going to use the one for her. And I'm going to use the other one. I was going to use this one to reupholster my chairs in my kitchen, but I do have some fabric in somewhere. I have to find it to reupholster to use instead of this curtain. But I used a curtain on my headboard when I first did it, and so I always keep all of my curtains, so I'll just switch it out. But this is the one that we're going to be using. I actually really like the way that it looks. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And then this is the plywood that we had cut at Lowe's. So, and I already went ahead and pre-cut the foam. And so, like I said, I just kind of piecemealed the last little piece, so it'll all fit on there, so we don't have to use both of the both of the foam padding pieces. So we're going to go ahead and get started really quick, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Oh, and also too, my husband did go ahead and pre-drill the holes on the other side of the plywood to be able to hang to be able to attach to hang the picture hanging things, or I call them hangmen is what I call them. So yeah. So I cannot wait for you all to see this DIY. I am so excited and so happy with the way that it turned out. So I'm going to start off by taking my foam padding and I'm going to add that to my plywood. We had the plywood cut at Lowe's, and we had it cut, the size of the plywood is 64 by 27. And then the size of the foam padding that we purchased from Joann's was 71.5 by 24 inches. So we paid just under $25 for the foam padding, and we paid $27 for the plywood, but we used a little, we didn't use half, we used probably about a little less than half, or maybe half of the board. So I'll just say that it was half the price of the $27. And so I did use the whole foam padding, and I just, like I said, we purchased two rolls of the foam padding, but we only used the one because I just went ahead and piecemealed the piece that I cut off on the end to put on the bottom of the plywood. So here I'm just going to use some of the Loctite spray adhesive to attach the plywood and the foam padding. And once the foam padding and the plywood is dry, I'm going to go back and start to add my foam padding. So what I'm doing is just trying to just have about a little over maybe like 2 inches of overhang before I start to staple it together. I just took up about 2 inches of the padding, and I folded it up, put it up under the plywood, and I'm going to go ahead and start to attach it with some of the spray adhesive. So you'll see me here doing that. And then once I have it completely covered with the batting, I'm going to turn it over or flip it over, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to staple the batting to the back of the plywood. This is what it looks like after I attached everything. And then this is my husband helped me flip it over, and then he helped me get started stapling it to stapling the batting, excuse me, I cannot get my words out today, to the back of the plywood. And as you can see the two hangmen already semi-attached to the plywood. They're not completely screwed in, but they're just placed in the areas that they need to be placed in. I'm going to go ahead and staple the batting to the plywood. And then when that's complete, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and just cut off the excess batting. I did also go back and use the hammer to hammer down some of the staples that did not go all the way through. And then once I had that complete, like I said, I'm going to go back and cut the excess batting off, and then it's going to be time to add the fabric or the curtain to the headboard. So yeah, let's get started. I'm excited for you all to see how it turned out. We actually just laid it, not laid it, but we put it in front of our headboard in our bedroom. So in the reveal, you'll see it how it should look on the wall. So yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see it, and I actually cannot wait to redo our headboard. This is what it is currently looking like. I'm going to go ahead and start to attach my my fabric. So I'm going to start off by just trying to get the fabric lined up. So here I'm just lining everything up. I'm going to leave about I think I left maybe 3 to 4 inches of overhang of fabric, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. And then once I have the excess cut off, I'm going to spray some of the Loctite spray adhesive on the back of the curtain and also on the batting. And then I'm going to just press down and try it and smooth everything out with my hand. And then once I have that complete, my husband will come out and help me flip it over. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to staple the fabric to the plywood. So when I started stapling everything, I will start to staple in the middle, from the center out. So I'm just going to go ahead and start in the middle of it, and then I'll go ahead and then work my way from left to right. And then I'm going to pull everything really tight as I'm stapling. And then, yeah, that's basically all I'm going to do is just make sure you pull the fabric and the batting, everything really tight, and then just go ahead and just start to add your staples. And I also made sure that I lifted it up just to look at it, just to make sure that I didn't have any wrinkles before I started to staple my my corners in, because I wanted to make sure that everything was going to be really straight and flat. And yeah, that's basically all you're going to do. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope my niece loves it. And this is an extremely budget-friendly headboard. I will say that when we made ours, our headboard is a king size headboard, excuse me. But we did make it when we first purchased our house. So we've had that headboard for about 8 or 9 years, probably 8 years, I believe, is how long we've had that headboard. So, and I use a thicker plywood on our headboard, and I think I spent about $40 to create it. This headboard cost us about, I want to say we used half of the plywood, so I'll say 27 by 2, so about $14. I'll just say 15 with tax, and then $25 for the padding, and then we spent a little, I'll say $4 for the staples, and I believe, and then the hangman were $20 for 2. So I'm gonna guess around $65 to create this headboard, which actually really isn't that bad. So because we used things that I already had, also because I already had the batting, and then I already had the curtains. I always keep all of my curtains. I have curtains from probably 20 years ago. So, and I know the curtain that I use is at least somewhere between 10 to 15 years. And I usually get all of my curtains from Target. So I'm trying to think. So yeah, that and the Loctite adhesive spray I already had, so we didn't have to purchase that. So extremely budget friendly. So if you have any old curtains and you're looking to create yourself a new headboard on a budget, and I'm sure there are other ways that you could create this headboard with a lot less money. You could probably just use like foam board from Dollar Tree, just anything, and it'll still be nice. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I can't wait for my niece to see her new headboard. And that is going to be it for today's video. If you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.